written by Joseph Campbell in his Path of the Hero. And you can think about it in a way that is related to narrative theory, in which you explore what we were like, how we are now, and how we got there. And for individuals in, say, Alcoholics Anonymous, what you hear is that same story, because they actually develop a new identity in recovery. And we're going to look at this threefold path, which involves a separation from family, friends, and culture. It tells about what we were like, and in that lies the problem. So, an individual leaves home, or is forced to leave home. Nobody is going to take care of them. Nobody's going to do their laundry, clean up their room, make meals. They are on their own after they have separated. Then comes the initiation. They meet a guide, a guru, a mentor, someone who will help them to understand not only themselves, but themselves living in a world. And this is what happened to them. They make this dark journey inward. They find the fears that reside inside. They deal with anger. They let go of resentments. And they forgive others. And that happens to be the solution. And the action at the end, the final action, is what we're like today, in which these individuals return home, or they return to help others to go through the same process. Now, some of you may think, gee, this is foreign. I've never heard this before. But I'm sure you have. And here is a more familiar scenario. Most of you have seen the Star Wars series. Now I'm talking about Star Wars in '77, and then the second one, The Empire Strikes Back. And in the first one you have Luke Skywalker, and he is on this desert planet on a moisture farm. How boring can that be? And then these droids have left. So he has to go find them. And when he comes back, his aunt and his uncle have been killed. And his life is about to change rather abruptly. So he is separated from his family. Where are you going to go from there? Well, he encounters in this initiation process a fellow by the name of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And as Obi-Wan is taken out of the picture later, he has another mentor, Yoda. And in this cave scene in The Empire Strikes Back, Yoda and Luke are working out, and he's stacking rocks and balancing himself, standing on his hands. And after he works out, he says, I feel cold, something's not right. And he looks on the ground and he sees a hole, and it's a cave. And Yoda says the dark side of the Force is very strong there. And Luke is drawn to this cave. He says, what will I find down there? And Yoda gives him a cryptic answer. He says, only that which you take with you. Luke misunderstands. What Yoda was saying was, you're going to take your emotional garbage with you. Now, how Luke misunderstood is he reached for one of these. It's a lightsaber, and he thought, I've got something powerful, again, something outside of me that is going to make me powerful as long as I have this. Yoda responds back, your weapons, you will not need them. And Luke kind of shoots him a look like, yeah, right, and puts on his utility belt with his lightsaber. Now, in a moment, we're going to see the cave sequence, and I want you to pay very close attention to it, because Luke is very much afraid. And what happens is, as he goes down in this cave, and there are lizards and snakes, he encounters the object of his fear, which is Darth Vader. Now, there's an expression in South Louisiana called crawfishing. And if you've ever upset a little crawfish, it's going to get its claws up in the air and it's going to back up like that. And that's exactly what Luke does when he encounters the object of his fear. He starts crawfishing. And then he grabs his lightsaber out of fear and goes to attack Darth Vader. And in the ensuing battle, Luke swings high and outside, pops off Darth Vader's head and helmet, tumble to the floor of the cave. And as he looks at this decapitated head within this helmet, Luke passes the lightsaber over his own face, and the mask of Darth Vader explodes, and he sees his own face. Now, what George Lucas was trying to say is, okay, cosmic flyboy, before you start liberating all of those planets out there, you first have to conquer the fear within. You've got to conquer your fear of Darth Vader. And once he conquered his fear on the inside, then he was able to manifest that outside, as you've seen in the third movie, The Return of the Jedi. He actually does save his father, and in his father's dying words, after Luke says, come on, Father, I'm going to save you, he said, you already have. And from there, Luke will go on and help others become free. So I'm going to show you this segment.
Mom, 6 minutes.
Later, Yoda was going to refer to this as his failure in the cave. In trying to grab a solution, Luke went for something physical. Yet his problem was not physical. His problem was emotional. His problem was spiritual. His problem was psychological. And it's only by making that dark journey inward that we are able to discover what our fears are, what we need to let go of, our anger, how to forgive others for the resentments that we have. And after doing so, we become the hero or the heroine. And after doing so, our job becomes simple. We help others to attain hero status.